Hello, and welcome to the GPS 200 Module 5 presentation on goal setting. Let's start off with a great quote from Abraham Lincoln. He states, "A goal properly set is half achieved." In other words, creating a goal to achieve is only part of the goal-setting process. This presentation is all about what else needs to happen once we've identified our goals. According to the Mind Tools website, we look to Dr. Edwin Locke's pioneering research on goal setting and motivation in the late 1960s. In his 1968 article, Toward a Theory of Task Motivation and Incentives, he stated that employees were motivated by clear goals and appropriate feedback. Locke went on to say that working toward a goal provided a major source of motivation to actually reach the goal, which, in turn, improved performance. Furthermore, the site continues to note that Locke's research showed that there was a relationship between how difficult and specific a goal was and people's performance of a task. He found that specific and difficult goals led to better task performance than vague or easy goals. Let's watch a video from Mind Tools on topic.
Have you ever set a goal for yourself, only to realize a few weeks later that you're struggling to stay motivated? It's happened to many of us at one point or another. So how can you set goals that you want to keep working on in the long term? Doctors Edwin Locke and Gary Latham spent many years researching goal-setting theory. Between them, they identified 5 elements that you need to consider if you want to achieve your goals. You can use these principles when setting goals for yourself or for members of your team. The first element is clarity. The goal needs to be clear and specific. The goal also needs to be challenging. Goals that are too easy won't be motivating because they won't feel important. The goals that are difficult to achieve feel significant, so you work harder to realize them. The third element is commitment. You or your people need to be committed to the goal. For personal goals, this means that the goal needs to be something that you actually want to do. For team members, you can build commitment by giving them a say on what their goals are and how they achieve them. The fourth element that Locke and Latham highlighted is feedback. This is important when you set goals for members of your team. But you can also apply this to personal goals by setting measurable goals that allow you to see your progress. The last element is complexity. If a goal is too complex, break it down into smaller sub-goals. Now, read the article that accompanies this video and learn more about how to set effective goals for yourself and your team members.
All of us are familiar with setting our sights on something, but we don't think much about it. When we set specific goals for ourselves, we are more likely to achieve the desired result. For example, let's look at weight loss. You may be asked, how much weight do you want to lose? A good goal is knowing the difference between saying, I want to lose 10 pounds versus I want to lose a few pounds. How does goal-setting theory work? The goal has to be a specific height, meaning we need to identify if a goal is too high, unattainable, or too low, not motivating, or just right, a meaningful challenge. What is just right? A meaningful challenge is one that stretches us. It's not too easy nor too hard. It is just beyond our reach, but attainable with directed effort. In order to reach what is commonly called reach goals, use the SMART acronym to guide your goal setting. To make sure your goals are clear and reachable, each one should be specific, simple, sensible, significant, measurable, meaningful, motivating, attainable, agreed and achievable, relevant, reasonable, realistic, and resourced, results-based, time-bound, time-based, time-limited, time cost-limited, timely, time-sensitive. Some have added an E and R to the acronym, i.e., SMARTER, to include extra focus areas of evaluation and review. Accountability to our goals is of utmost importance. Consider who you can elicit to help make sure you stay true to all your necessary steps toward reaching your goal. In closing, consider this great quote from Benjamin Mays. The tragedy in life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. Thank you for your time and attention during this presentation. Have a great day.